Hello, my name is Chen. Today I'm going to talk about my project, speed exercise. Firstly, let me introduce my project. It aims to help students to memorize the formula of speed calculation. Its target students are primary six students. The project focuses on the ability of solving problems related to speed. I hope that students could have a deeper understanding on speed equal to distance divided by time. The project the program involves four levels. For level 1 and 2, I only require them to calculate the total distance or time used in one row session. Firstly, student will answer that the total distance or time used traveled, and then they choose the car which the red line first will travel further from the starting point. For level 3 and 4, I require students to enter the total distance or time of two row sessions. This is the flowchart of my Scratch program. The characteristics of my program are variation on question types and repetition on answering the same types of question. Sometimes people might have difficulties on memorizing the content studied. And someone says that repetitively practice might help memorizing contents. In my program, it requires students to repeat answering the total time or distance and find out which car completes the journey faster or travel a greater distance repeatedly in the 5 minutes. I think that it helps students to understand the formula more. And some students said that they might be afraid of math and have a lack of attention and motivation in class. And someone says that a visual attraction might help improve the motivation. Therefore, I try to make the outlook of my game more colorful to improve their motivation. Also, I have included more animation to make it more appealing. Sometimes students might make mistake and I'm able to correct it in time. In my program, it provides instant correction and guidance. In my program, sometimes students might find that they are unable to link math with daily life and unable to visualize numbers. Well, one of my objects of my Scratch move in one of my characteristic of my Scratch program is it involves moving in ratio. The program movements are based on realistic ratio to approximate distance. This ratio visually demonstrates proportional relationship between speed, distance, and time. And I hope that this helps students to build abstract understanding on speed, time, and distance, as they can visualize how speed, distance, and time are interconnected, and it encourages intuitive understanding through interactive and realistic scenarios. You might wonder that how to make codes based on realistic ratio to approximate distance, time, and speed. Firstly, I have created four lists, which are row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and set up 3 random variables in every list. When the program receives a request to build a question, this code will be run once. Firstly, it requires the code will set the time for travel and it will be a 1 decimal number, and set the speed for travel and get the distance traveled by multiplied the first two number, and it will repeat the process until it is within 10 km to 100 km. The process will be repeated 4 times for for every list. Later, I used ratio formulas to calculate the location of cars. After that, I tried to define the location of cars. For level 1 and 3, player need to find out the distance traveled, so the cars start from the left. So it only runs the upper parts of the codes. And for level 2 and 4, players need to find out the time travel, so the cars end at the right. So it only runs the bottom part of the code and the previous equation. It generates out 6 locations respectively for the 2 cars. However, in level 3 and 4, sometimes the distance has exceeded 100 km, so the denominator has changed from 100 km to 200 km. Finally, I will require this car to travel according to the location list. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you.